Hi, welcome to Finding the Word. It's Melanie Brown, and today's word is test. You know how I was just talking about wanting to be more peaceful? I was explaining how my friend was talking about how she stays in a peaceful place for so much of the time that she just will not allow things to take her out of her peaceful place. And I was discussing how amazing that sounded and how I was really going to work on having more peace and being in a peaceful place for so long that I am not willing to give it up very easily. And so, of course, I should have expected a lot of little things to be disruptive of my peace. I should have seen that coming when I made that declaration. But nevertheless, this is not a big test. And I almost feel bad calling it a test. I want to acknowledge that I know people are going through very real struggles that are more intense. So I guess tests just come in different levels. You have very difficult tests, and you have kind of light, less intense tests. And this is more on that end. However, I tend to be more frustrated by smaller, irritating things take me out of a peaceful place more than just maybe one big deal for the day or one issue to tackle. I do better with that than I do with a lot of little things. And I believe the enemy knows that about me. So for one, I wake up with this eye pink. Now, you can see it. It's really pink. It's not even as pink as it was, but it's irritated, and I was rubbing it and having a hard time reading and doing things. So there was that initially right off out of the gate. So then I have no idea why it's pink. So then I'm sitting here and I think get ready for the day. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my word first because, it's the best thing to do. I had declared that I was going to be doing it early, and I have been doing it early. So it's been great. But Jackson comes to the door to inform me that we are all out of propane, and he is a little bit late with breakfast as it is to make the pancakes and bacon. He had left the propane tank on not long ago, and it ran out. So I don't normally go get the propane, but that was, of course, disrupting my word. But I was like, oh, breakfast is late. Okay, I'm just going to have to come back and deal with it later. So I go to take him to get the propane. When I come downstairs, things were not done like they're supposed to be. That is very much one of those ones that needles me because I do not like to wake up to things that have not been done the night before. So there was that. So then I go on out to the car, and O's AC, which his car was the one I had to take, his AC is also needing charging. So it's warm, and I'm like, well, we're going to have to roll the windows down, and his oil light is on. And I didn't have any oil to put in his car, and I wasn't sure how low it is. Should I be risking even going up here? So that was just another, I feel like, poke. So then I go to leave, and I brought Jackson because I couldn't, so he could carry the propane tanks and things. But I go to leave and realize I can't see. I have left my glasses. So I said, okay, I'm gonna send you, but could you please just go find my glasses for me? So then we have the windows down because, of course, it's hot. He goes to get my glasses, and I'm just already kind of right there. I'm just starting to, I'm doing all of that. Okay, would you just come on so we can go and get back? I've got things to do. And so I'm sitting there waiting for him. He runs to go back and get my glasses, and out of the corner of my eye, I believe I'm seeing something flying. And just as I turn my face, I see a big wasp coming directly at me. So at that point, I'm squealing and jumping out of the car and trying to find the wasp, and we hadn't even left yet. And I was just feeling like all within about a 10-minute span, I didn't feel so peaceful. And I was about to head into just a tizzy of these little, just of annoyance and frustration. And I was fighting to stay. I was fighting to stay in the peaceful place, like everything's fine. No, this is no stress. I'm good. So it was a test in the area for me to stay in a peaceful place. So the scripture I did find is in 1 John. It's chapter 4. I'm going to read 1 through 6. And this is on discerning false prophets. Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the spirit they have comes from God. For there are many false prophets in the world. This is how we know if they have the Spirit of God. If a person claiming to be a prophet acknowledges that Jesus Christ came in a real body, that person has the Spirit of God. But if someone claims to be a prophet and does not acknowledge the truth about Jesus, that person is not from God. Such a person has the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard is coming into the world and indeed is already here. But you belong to God, my dear children. You have already won a victory over those people because the Spirit who lives in you is greater than the spirit who lives in the world. Those people belong to this world, so they speak from the world's viewpoint, and the world listens to them. But we belong to God, and those who know God listen to us. If they do not belong to God, they do not listen to us. That's how we know if someone has the spirit of truth or the spirit of deception. So when we look at the word and the way they spoke of Jesus and how they spread the good news and the gospel, those who heard them and listened to them, they knew were of God. It stands true now. Someone is speaking against Jesus Christ and that Jesus Christ came in a real body, then we know that they are not speaking from the spirit of truth. The Antichrist is here, and there are a lot of false prophets, and so we have to be careful who we're listening to and what they have to say, and line it up to make sure that they are coming from the spirit of truth. You know, I do know that anything we declare that we're going to be working on, we probably will deal with some testing in that area. If you say that you want more patience, look out for a test of your patience. If you're looking for being obedient, look for ways that you're going to need to answer that call. And whatever areas that you are looking to make positive changes in, I pray that you are able to pass any of the tests that come your way. Don't forget to find the word. I will see you tomorrow.